Here we have the outside of the Rollerteam Auto-Roller 707. As I move along, I will firstly come to the flues for the Truma Boiler. We do not need to do anything with this. There's no covers or anything that need to be removed, just to make sure that nothing is obstructing it. We then have the mains hookup point. Just remember that when removing the hookup to push down on the black lever just here to allow it to release. Both vents for the fridge. Again, try to avoid obstruction and also spraying them with water when washing the motorhome. Cassette toilet just here. To remove the cassette, just lift up on the blue lever just here and pull towards you. Before use, remove this blue cap and add your toilet chemical with a small amount of water. This is also where it empties from. Just remember that when you are pouring it away, to hold the blue button in just here to release the vacuum inside. It's also advisable to keep this seal lubricated. Thetford do their own seal lubricant, but any silicone based lubricant is fine. And by turning this section here, allows access inside the cassette for additional cleaning. If anything was to wrap itself up around the float mechanism inside, so it's giving you a false reading that the cassette is full when it isn't, you can take it out at this section just here and give it a clean. All of these cassettes are now on wheels with pull-up handles. Access to the rear of the motorhome just here. This section can be lifted up, moved out the way to make a larger garage space. As you can see, we also have the ladders for the beds. And as we move round to the rear, we have the reverse camera just there. And then we have the Fiamma bike rack. To drop the rails, just grab hold and pull towards you. And then pop the bikes onto the rails and then secure the straps round the wheels. The straps will slide about depending on the size of the bike, and then attach an arm to the framework to secure them. As we move round, again we have access to the rear of the motorhome. And then we have the fresh water tank fill point. As you can see, the cap can be locked. Just pop in your hose pipe to fill the fresh water tank up. And then tucked just here is the grey water drain. So anything that goes down the plug holes goes into the holding tank and then is drained off at this point here. Open as it is at the moment, and closed when you can no longer see the handle. It will drain off at this point here. Gas locker just here. And as you can see, we have room in here for 2 gas bottles. The regulator just sits at this point here, and then the hose comes off the regulator and screws into the propane bottle and is tightened with a gas spanner. Bottle on and off on the top. Do make sure that the bottle is isolated for travel. If you are using a larger 15 kilogram gas bottle, you can only have one in this gas locker. diesel fill just here, and the cap unlocks on the ignition key. Tyre pressure's on the door pillar just here, and then underneath the passenger seat you will find the jack and wheel brace kit. Vehicle battery underneath the floor of the cab just here, and bonnet release just here. Underneath the driver's seat you will find the battery charger. This is what charges the battery when the van is connected to mains supply. So you'll find the main 20 amp fuse just here, and then there is a red isolator key just here. This can be flicked off to isolate the battery. So if you're not planning on using the motorhome for a long period of time, you can do this to kill any residual draw on the leisure battery itself.